Hi, back again to a new tutorial part. So we go on. What we have there is this little thing, so we want to do that one. So we start with add mesh circle. 24 is okay. Scale down. Rotate X 90 degrees. Then we first make them ready. So we go edit mode, word selection, get this top words here and extrude to the z-axis and scale z0. Same we make with the down part. Extrude, grab z and scale c0. Then we get here the whole other line. Normally that is all, but we start with that. Extrude to the x and scale x0. Same here. Extrude x, scale x0. Now we have only to close that up. That is that one. And this. So we close that simply. Good. Now you can imagine when we bring that here, then that will be all perfect quad. So we can use that good for good topology. So good. When we have that, grab it there. We see we need there another little one. So we can take that whole thing, Shift D, make a copy, and scale it to the little one. Now we must bring them together. So that means we take that, and close with F, and so on. So that, and that. I don't think we can bridge because that is too much there, but that we can bridge. F3, bridge, edge clips. Done. So we only must close that here by hand. F to close. So we want to have an even bottom. So scale Z0. We have the bottom. We can bring it here a little down. That's it. Then we need a top line. So at first we take that here and bring that here too. Then we take the whole line and extrude them up and scale Z0. Now we can rotate them. Rotate and look that we get an angle that looks like this angle. I think that can be a little bit smaller like that. I think that is it. But this one comes then higher. Good. So from here we have to go downward. So take this whole line and extrude them. Then we bring each one down to his end. But we have to, yeah, okay. Bring that down, then bring that down, that we get a good result from the leaning there. We want to go higher with them. So B box selection, get this whole stuff and move them up. That is near under, and that is near under too. So that is okay. That one we can scale x0, and that one we must make longer, and maybe a little bit too long in my opinion. But first we scale x0, then extrude and scale that down maybe and bring them till there. That should be enough. We don't want to make there too much. Take that whole thing, put it there. It has now a good topology. That is why I make it so. Extrude, you can make that with boolean or such, but then you have the problems with the shading, with the topology. That is then the problem, and you don't want to have problems. So yeah, good. We take the front side there to bevel them. On the back we don't need to bevel, and the front also not. So only that little part there. Good, we look that we not marked some other. Best wireframe mode. Yeah, there you see we have marked others on the other side. Good, now we can try it. Control B and move, so we have a little bevel on it. Same we need on the other side, so we take that once and Control B, bevel them. Good. So it's beveled and it is done. You can bevel also here the inner sides. Control B, move that one. Control B, move. But don't try to be too perfectly, then your word count is horrible. Control B, move, and same there. Good. Done. The only thing we must smooth is the inside of that here, so that here loop and that loop. We shade smooth, and then we have a round, good looking stuff there. Maybe we can make them short there and more near to. So we take here word selection with background selection and bring that whole thing, box selection. Oh, but I'll make a secure copy. Bring more there. Yeah, that's better. Then that one should be shorter, so we bring that here nearer. And then we must retweak the angle of that here. So that means that one must come higher up. That means that this here must come higher up. And then that should work. That means that one must come down. That here too. This one must come up. And when all is not enough, you take this whole line and on the other side too. And then you go back to normal axis and scale Z0. scale C0. I don't know, he doesn't do it. Okay, C0. Good, whatever. Then the other changes. We tried with the local axis. Yeah, we tried with that one. It's eagle. We mark them all and bring them to one height. So maybe scale Y0. Then we go back and rotate it. Rotate. Now we get that line and take that only there and a little bit higher. And that is this part. We have here a down part with this, but we make singular. So scale that simply up. Wow, it all was connected or what? Not really. Good. Scale up. Get it there. Grab. Done. That one we move to the rest collection. Good. File. Save. Then we need this part here. So we try to do that. Add mesh cube. Scale down. Front view. Numpad 1. Then scale X. Such like that. And scale Z. Like that. Then scale Y. That is the base structure. Now we must count again. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I must count that with me. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Wow, 25. Okay. Control R, make there 25 loops in. So you simply roll them like they're in down left. You see how much they are, and we need 25. So that is 25. So some must come up bigger and some not, but that we make then at least last, you know. So we need here cut 1, 2, 3, 4 cuts. So Control R, make there 4 cuts. Good. This cut we bring near to the sides. That one 2. And this one's in the middle. So we have that. Now we must put in holes there. That means that one must completely be gone. We must make it with a circle because the back one we want also delete. That and that too. So eggs only faces. Now this open up here. We need a space between and the next one. So that, and so on. X, delete only faces. How many that are? 6 1. We have 4 now. No, that is yeah. Okay, that's okay. So we go on 12. It must be all in all. So I delete them. 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that's correct. So now we must make the space other. And we can delete the last one here. But maybe we need them for the roundness, so I'll add them first. So at first we take here with box selection this top part and make them longer. So then we need this part here. So after 2, we take that one and move them down. Oops, but without the top part. So, and move them down. That's it. That one can be a little bit smaller. But I think we make that with a modifier, because without them we get a problem. Good. So box selection, and we delete that here, because when we use them all must be the same and not different. And only you can handle that by duplicate them, yeah. So X delete words, that is left. There comes this again. That is okay, but then we must delete the edges there, and we should close up that whole stuff there, so we can bridge this. F3 bridge, and here also F3 bridge. Then we need it there too, and here. So that is the base mesh that we want to redo every time. So we take here an array modifier, and not in this axis. We need them in the z-axis, and we need 6 of them. So 6. So that should be that one. And we see that isn't so bad. Nearly that what we should have. So I make a secure copy, Shift D, and apply this one. By the top one, there is one lost, that's the top one. So we have to redo them. That means we can close that with F, and that one too. Then we can take the whole top line and extrude upward and close with F. So that is good. We make them not as thick as that one, a little smaller, and here is the same, a little bit smaller. Go back. Best is work with absolute values. I told it to you often. So there is the best to grab the axis, and then you have the control. Sure, you can use more than one modifier for that, but at first we let it like it is. So we must bevel that side here. Because of that, we need here cut. So here knife from there till there. Spacebar to accept. Same we do here. Good. Then we must move them a little to the sides. So that means that one must come more there, that we can handle the roundness, and same as here. The same down under. For that is better when you get mirror modifier for the down and for the side and such more. You can do that for sure. There we see that you must be careful that isn't closed so that you can't cut them. Now we can cut them. Cut, there. Word selection, there. When it's lighten up, then you are correct. Good. Then we move them to the sides like the other ones too. So we get that one. Bring it to quad. Quad is always a good value. And then we can bevel all these edges. Good. Control B, move and roll. So I think that one is good. So we have that. That is exactly that one. Yeah. But we need here an outstanding part. So we take here without background selection the whole loop, outside loop, with face selection. Don't know why it doesn't do that, but we can take that one. Then with B, box selection only the middle. Then we have select them. What we want to do, we want to get the outside longer. Oh, that's another stuff. Okay. No, we must do it other way. So we mark that manually like ever. It's horrible. I want to object modes, object, apply, rotation scale. Normally a good topology is when you can loop around without a problem. We don't can do that. I don't know why, especially because that is not cut it like the others. And what's that? No, we must go back. That here isn't okay. Control Z, go back. That happens where we, yeah, bevel. That was the problem. Yeah, because that was selected with them. That is the fact. Control B. Now we can do it. So, and we try to bevel, not to bevel. to select these ones. Little bit work. No fun, only work. And that's it. It's more like work sometime than fun to Blender. Extrude scale. Yeah, there you see there's something wrong. So before we extrude move or such, we must take the whole thing and clean the mesh. So mesh normals flip outside, so there are correctly. Then clean up, delete loses, all okay. Then mesh, where's the clean up? Length dissolve, merge by distance. There was too much. 68 overlays. Most of the day is so when you get some errors, then it don't loops and do that what it should. So object. What I want you to do. I forgot. Apply the rotation scale there. So now that should normally, it works better. And here he can't loop because we haven't cut there. So that's okay. So extrude scale, now that works. And we must scale that in the Z a little bit less. So that is the same thickness like the other. Then we can take that whole loop and extrude them out. Then we have that effect like there. See there. Good. That one we can move with M to the rest collection. Here we need a front bevel and normally a bevel on each of these frames here. But we see we can't select them with one. That is a great problem. I don't want to select them all by hand. But we try minimum that here. So Control B bevel that, but with only one loop, so roll them with the mouse button. Done. Then we only want to bevel, to smooth, only that part here. Face shade smooth, but you see then that isn't 2, so we got this and this on the other side 2, and shade that smooth. Yeah, the bevel here makes me angry. Why don't loops there? No, it doesn't loop. Ah, that isn't close there, down under. Oh shit. F3. F3. Must we do that overall? Here is open up. Each second one seems so. Okay, but who cares? So now we try it again, and it don't loops. I like it. I like it. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how we make that fast, but we can try. So word selection. box selection and mark this whole part here. That should be only the frontwards, and that are only the one frontwards. And now we should bevel, but when we try that, so that don't works because they are selected with them. I don't have to. Yeah, so that here must all be cleared, and normally here must be a face between. Don't know that works now, but we will see what happens. Good. Here, that one is selected with us. Okay. So Control B and move. Wow, destroys all, or not really. I don't know. Here is some missing. Okay, that makes that logic. Control B. That's enough. Only want to have a little effect there, and the little effect is there. So file save. But what we need else then is put it into the other face here. So Shift D, make a copy, M to move to res collection. That means we need here the backside loop, extrude scale. Fuck. I should do that to cuts there, then it was better, but okay, now it's too late, so what will we say? So now it's marked complete, I think. Not complete. Now maybe. Yes, I think so. I hope so. Wireframe. Yes, it's okay. So extrude scale. Then scale Z. That's okay. And then we try to bring that all to a flat line of that. But before we do that, we make there another one. We extrude. Moment. We scale Z first. That's not the same thickness. Good. Then we extrude it to the y-axis. Extrude scale a little. Scale Z to bring it there. And extrude outward. And extrude scale again. That can be bigger, that's no problem, because we have other things to do with them. So we take that one, and that is correct, but this one's here not. So scale Z0, that we can make out of them the plate. Scale Z0. And now we have a plate like ever, and can extrude them very normal, but we have in the middle a correct lined up thing. But we must make them deeper in for sure. Yeah. That means let me think short. That one should come out, but only a little. Good. So we get here with background selection and box selection. We bring that here too. More. here. Again, mark all, mesh, normals, recalculate outside, and you see this error go away. But you see also that not all is correct there. So mesh, clean up, delete losers, nothing. Then mesh, clean up, merge by distance, all correct. Mesh, again, normal, recalculate outside. Here is some open, don't know why, but it is open there. So I close that with F, but that one seems to be turned in the normals. That one too. And here's some stuff that don't fit. I will try it again. That is normal error. So mesh, normals, flip. Then we take normals inside, and then we take normals outside. So, and now, no, he has the error again. Think that can be from the shading. That means that one is flat, so we faces shade flat. That looks better. That one here is also be flat, so faces shade flat. That is better too. This one here too, but without the roundness. So we have that. That looks better, 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 and better. But this one should be flat too. And later we have only to smooth up the edges there, but that is okay. We now can bring them here, all at one height, so scale x 0, and here scale x 0. So we have a perfect module to bring that onto the mesh later. We can make that smaller, and we can make that here yeah, shade smooth. Good. So grab it and scale it, and have done that too. Can make that smaller later if you want, and I think we should do that later, but we will see. Okay. File, save. Good. Now we want to make this one. Must look where I have a good picture of it. This one here. Yeah. So we take here, add mesh cube, scale down, front view numpad 1, scale. So we have that, then scale x, then bring it in front, then scale y, scale y a little bit more. Okay. Now we want to round up the edges, but when you bevel them now, this side will be longer than that side, so we need their restrictions, and then we make with loops. Scale x, and we try to get a quad like ever, and Control R, make there 2 loops in scale Z to bring them there, try to make a quad. Then we take the edges, so, and bevel them, Control B, move and roll. Don't need too much, but a little. So we got that once. this whole parking stuff there. So that one, that one. So we want to bevel them. Control B, move. Yeah, Houston, we have a problem, but who cares? Good. Then we can make a bevel also when we loop here, but it doesn't loop, so there's an error inside. That means when we take here all and clean the mesh, there should be somewhere an error. L, and I think there's something selected with them. That's not a singular part, or? So I separate the selection. Now it must be singular. But it don't loops because we have no real cuts there. That can be a problem. Object, apply, rotation scale. And when we do that, there are triangles. That's also a problem. So I mark simply the front faces. Not my day. Today. Funny. So we deselect that. Then we try to bevel again. Control B, move. Good, we only make one, so that isn't that hard, but it don't is that what we want. So we go back where we have selected all this stuff here. That one. And then we simply go there, extrude scale, and then bring it a little bit in front so we have a bevel. Self-made, but who cares? Object, shade smooth. You see the shading errors, so Control R, make there the loops in like ever. Yeah, done. Good. That should be sit there, I think. So must be a little bit more there. So we can box select that one, bring it more there, and a little bit more down, like a quad. What is everything good? Good. Oh my god, file save. We need now that triangle stuff there. Add mesh, cube, scale down. That's blendering. You think that's also easy and such, but then comes it other than you thought. That is often. So that here must come more till there, such like that. We can bevel that if we want to. Don't know we want. Control B, move. And on the other side too. Control B, move. Good, that thing is done. Rotate X 90 degrees. Front view numpad 1. Grab it to position. Make them smaller. No, we let it. Then Shift D will make another one and place them there. And this one there. Good. Between them we need a hole, a hole and a closing part. means we can join them together as one, and then we can connect the back sides with F3 and bridge edge loop. So that is closed now, and we only set in this part, and we can extrude that part or bring them simply by moving thicker. Good. Now we need this round stuff there, and I think, yeah, it goes smaller at the front, so that means we must take here the front complete and scale the Y. So that's that. Only need this round stuff there. So that is object add mesh cylinder 24, scale down, done, scale Z, rotate X 90 degrees. So bring it in front. I'll take both faces on each side and extrude scale till that. Then we can X delete only faces. Now we can take here the inner loops and bridge them F3 bridge edge loops. Done. We don't bevel them, we only shade them smooth and give them the loops for the shading. Fucking stuff there. So, Control R, make the loop in. Only you must do that here too, in the inner side and all over all. Yeah. Good. Then we should bring that, rotate Y 90 degrees, grab it there, bring it onto into. Should be in the half in. Switch like that. Should have the same thickness as the other one, so scale Z. Only Z. So we go back to global axis, scale X. Good, something like that. Here we need now to make that hole free. So we get here simply 2 loops in. Good, and then we move this parts to a point where we don't see them, but then best with background selection. So that here and that here. So we have done that thing. We need that on the other side too. So we object join that. Then we set the origin to geometry, Shift D, take them, rotate Y 180 degrees and bring them onto. So we have done this. Only need here this neaten, we call it. Add mesh UV sphere. 24 is okay also. Scale down to small point. Bring it out. Top view. word selection with background selection, box selection, and delete the half. Then we simply move them there. Or we can make them a little bit scale Y. So, good. That needs a smooth, shade smooth, and grab them there, bring it in front, then Shift D, make a copy, bring it there, Shift D, bring it there, then we take all the three, Shift D, and place it on the other side too. So we have done that thing, so we can top view, search them. Oh fuck. So then we take them all with box selection. Don't know what we selected else, but who cares? Join and object set origin to geometry. So we have done that too. Scale up, grab there. So that is enough for me. My nerves. So yeah, we see us in the next tutorial part. Here you need to shade flat and so on, but who cares? File, save as, new version number, and we see us in the next tutorial part. So thanks a lot for watching. See you. Bye.